Hey guys, it's Roz. I'm back at you one more again on this fabulous Friday. I'm here to make a second video today on this fabulous Friday. I hope everybody is doing good. This video is about dealing with stress and depression. Um, Going through my life journey, it has its ups and downs about everything. Major thing is, dealing with grief of losing my father and not being able to be reunited with him. That was very stressful for me, and which it brought on a lot of depression. I've had depression since I was really little because there was things that I would dream about or things I would know and I just really didn't understand. It really upset me, and I had been back and forth to different psychiatrists and different institutions and stuff like that because of dealing with different anger issues as growing up as a teenager and depression. And I was suicidal throughout my teen and adult years. And that was really hard for me. And it's just like I just try to deal with a lot of people. Like I go on um, like Facebook, they have different support groups and stuff like that because it's very helpful because there's a lot of people that are going through different things. And just with me being like an empath and indigo and stuff like that, it's really hard to deal with it sometimes because reading some of those stories are very hard to deal with. So you can be able to pick up on the pain that they're dealing with, and sometimes I have to cut myself off from it, but other times they can be really helpful. If you're dealing with depression or any kind of stress related issues, if you've talked to a doctor and got on medication and stuff still doesn't work because you don't want to go out anywhere, you're very antisocial, a hermit, or seclude yourself from a lot of people, because I've done that before. Cry at a drop of a hat. It's just a lot of different things that I've had to deal with, and it's just like if you just dealing with things, I had to tell myself things are not going to happen overnight. I get upset about a lot of things, like why can't I see my family right now? That's just something that, a lot of people, take for granted. That, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to talk to my family, or oh, I don't want to deal with this. In this situation, I chose not to deal with my family because of what they put me through. But other than that, I would love to deal with family, and it's just a lot of people I see that they have like issues and stuff like that that they have to deal with when it comes to different family things that they have went through actually. And I know that's kind of hard to deal with. So what I try to do is just like either exercise, meditate, go on nature walks. If you have a trusted friend that you can be able to talk to, or try to find a hotline that has different support groups that deal with depression and anxiety. There's a lot of people that are going through the same things as we are. And they all they need is just pretty much somebody to talk to, and we feel a lot better because it's just people that are just like, it's my birthday and nobody called me, and it was just really depressing, and you're just like, oh my gosh, so I always try to reach out and try to talk to somebody, especially when I'm out. Now, if I'm down myself, I just feel like if I can talk to somebody and make somebody feel good about their day, that makes me feel better. So, a lot of people are like, oh, that's just so nice. How do you feel better about helping somebody else feel better? Because there's always somebody that's always going through something worse than us. We always feel like, we're going through something, and we really are. You could be really going through some detrimental stuff. But then when you look at somebody else's life, what they're going through, sometimes your situation, you're thinking like, wow, it makes me, feel like I'm kind of grateful for things, and I have to remember, be always try to count your blessings and not your problems. And sometimes it's hard to do that when you have so many jacked up things going on with you. It could be that situation that you have different things that coming at you different, different ways. It could be your kids, your marriage, your job, financial situation. It could be anything. You're dealing with all this different kind of things. So I mean, it's just try to find a support group. If you have a friend that you can trust, try to reach out and talk to them. Because you know it's kind of hard sometimes to really talk to somebody and open up to them, especially if you're dealing with situations where you know if you find that you're an empath or you're an indigo. There's just you know it's just like with my situation. I know I was just like I told my kids. You know, if I go see a therapist now with all the different kind of situations I gotta go on. You know, I got going on. You know, I gotta go see somebody that, you know, specializes and stuff like that. Other than that, they probably lock me up, you know. So, it's just when I look at from the first video I was making until now, even though that was a month ago, I think I went through a lot of growth because it's just like different insight that I have. It's just I guess I'm still going through my Kundalini stages, is where I see things that you know that they haven't even happened yet, or it's like an epiphany or whatever, or I see things that from a different insight from what I did as a child. I look at it, you know, a different way because you know if you see something as a child, you might not really understand it if you were to see it now. So it's just a lot of things that I'm just like, Dad, that's really messed up that it happened. And sometimes it affects me a little bit. But I have to be grateful that I was able to actually have a gift like that to where, okay, now I understand because it's just like I've always wanted answers. And I remember when I first started going through this after my dad passed away, I remember, you know, him coming to me and he was just like, baby, you sure you want to know the truth? And and I was just like, yeah, I want to know the truth. And he's like, I don't think you're going to be able to handle it. And when I got to that situation, they always say, be careful what you ask for because it was just with all that truth. You know how they always say, I'd rather be, you know, hurt with the ugly truth than a beautiful lie. And that truth was so daggone ugly. I mean, it was just really messed up for me. But I'm able to really deal with it now. It was just like, you know, like last week when I saw my adopted father, I haven't seen him in almost, I think since almost a year. Been almost a year. You know, I really just had to talk to him and because it was just a lot to deal with. But I was just proud of myself because the fact is that when I seen him, and you know, it was just like, wow, you have really done some damage to my life. But I said I had to take that power back from him because he's had that power over me for so many years. Because I just never understood, you know, why my dad did not love me the way, you know, a dad is supposed to love their daughter. Why did my dad protect me, you know, the way a dad's supposed to protect their daughter? But now when I look at it, and there's, you know, with the situations that I went through, I'm very blessed that the things that I went through because it made me so much stronger. Because I guarantee you, you know, if I would have went home right when all this stuff happened, I probably would have been a mess and probably would have screwed it up. So I'm just glad that I went through the things that I went through. You know, and it's just hard sometimes when you're going through stuff. You're like, why is all this going on? Why do I keep having to go through stuff like that? And if you have a repeated occurrence that you're going through and you're trying to figure out why do you keep going through it, obviously there's reason why that you keep going through it because there's a lesson behind why you keep going through it. So you have to figure that out. There's just certain things that I'm still going through, and I'm just like, you know what? You need to just sit back, reevaluate, and look at to see what you need to change so you can be able to get out of the situation. So, you know, it's just really hard to deal with, you know, depression and stress and anxiety, but you have to learn how to be able to cope with it. If you want to be able to, you know, be able to function in society like I'm trying to do now, you know, everything, I feel like I'm a student and a teacher at the same time. You have to be able to teach yourself to be able to get through some things if you want to be able to help somebody else. And so, where I look at how I am now, from where I go through stuff. I used to beat myself up a lot, and it's just like now I just keep hearing these voices saying, you know how strong you are, until that's the only thing you have left to deal with. It's just your strength. So when I look at back from 6 months ago to a year ago to 2 years ago, I was a hot mess. To look at how I am now, it's just certain things that I would have let ride. I just tell people no. I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to let you walk over me. I'm not going to let you talk to me any kind of way. I'm not going to deal with this. And then they, you know, they get the point across. They might not like what you said, but you're going to let somebody respect you. You're not going to let nobody walk all over you and stuff like that. So it's just like when you're a person that is like a people pleaser, or it's just a person that you're just so nice you don't know how to say no. And that can bring on depression also. So you just have to learn how to find ways that it can get you out of that depression. It's just like that ego will will creep up, and it just feels like fear and everything's coming out that you need to be this way, or you have to be this way, or it's never going to get better. You have to believe it's going to get better. You have to believe in yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do affirmations. Say, I do matter. I am important. I'm not going to be stressed. I am happy. You're not going to say I'm going to be, or when this happens I'm going to be this way. You have to say I am. And I have to keep on saying I am abundantly happy. I'm abundantly rich. I see it like it's here now. Even though I'm not where I want to be at right now. I mean, I'm living in a house that, if the wind blew really hard, oh my God, I'll be just so terrified. But I know I'm blessed to actually have a roof over my head. It might not be the glamorous thing in the world, but I can at least say I'm blessed that we have a place to stay. I have clothes on my back. I have food on my table. I have electricity, heat, water, all these things, because there's a lot of people out here living on the street trying to struggle to see how they're going to feed their family. So I try to be grateful for everything that I do have. And I try not to be um, pinpointing everything that's not right. I try to get out of that because it's just like, oh, I don't, I'm not working exactly where I want to be at, or it's just my status on my YouTube is not where I want to be at. But I think I'm doing pretty good for me to be making videos that are at a positive aspect where I'm helping people while I'm helping myself. Just to know that I have a few viewers that are out there that wants to look at my videos, that makes a big difference to me, and that makes me very happy. So I already know, when you're able to have things going on for you like that. I mean, even I started off doing video diaries to myself because I found myself, since going through this journey, I've been by myself. So I always, I said, okay, when do I start making videos? When do I start vlogging? That's good. That's a good therapy for you. Could be so many different things that if you take the time out when you're stressed like that. Sometimes it's hard to do when you have 1,000 different things going on in your head. Just think about something positive, or take yourself back to that happy place where it made you ultimately happy. Um, so that is all that I had for you guys today, and I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Please be safe, and I will talk to you later on this weekend, probably next week. All right, talk to you guys later. Love and light, and peace, and be wild.